If music be the food of love,
play on!
Give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may weaken and so die. That strain again. It had a dying fall. Oh, it came over my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough. No more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. O spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity, receiveth as the sea. Not inches there of what validity and pitch so o'er, but falls into abatement and low price, even in a minute. So full of shapes is fancy that it alone is high fantastical.
Will you go home, my lord?
What curio?
The heart?
Why, so I do. The best I have. When mine eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a heart, and my desires like fell and cruel hounds e'er since pursue me. How now? What news from her?
So please, my lord, might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The omen itself, to 7 years' heat, should not behold her face at ample view, but like a cloistress she'll veiled walk. And water once day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this season of brother's dead love. Which she keep fresh and lasting, and whose sad remembrance.
Oh, she to have the heart of that fine frame to pay this debt of love but to a brother? How will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else? When liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones, are all supplied and filled her sweet perfections. With one self-king. Away, before me to sweet beds of flowers. Love's thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers.
What country friend is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What do you think, Captain?
It's perchance that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother. And so perchance may he be.
True, madam, and to comfort you with chance, assure yourself. After our ship did split, when you and those poor number on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself courage and hope, both teaching him the practice, to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where like Arion on a dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves, so long as I could see.
For saying so there's gold. Mine own escape unfoldeth my hope. Virtue thy speech serves for authority the like of him. Knowest thou this country?
Aye, madam. Well, I was born and bred not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke, in nature has a name.
What is the name?
Orsino.
Orsino. I have heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now, or was so very late. For but a month ago I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh in murmur, as you know, what great ones do the lustful prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a count that died some 12 months since. Then leaving her in the company of his son, her brother, who shortly also died, for whose dear company, they say, she hath abjured the sight of men.
Oh, that I served that lady, and might not be delivered to the world till I had made mine own occasion mellow. What my estate is.
That were hard to compass, but she will admit no kind of suit. No, not the duke.
There's a fair behavior in thee, Captain, and though that nature with a beauteous wall doth oft close in pollution, yet of thee I will believe thou hast a mind that suits with this thy fair and outward character. I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this duke. Thou shalt present me as eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many sorts of music that will allow me very worth his service. What else may hap to time I will commit, only shape thou thy silence to my wit.
Well, be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, then let mine eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
What a plague means my niece to take the death of her brother thus? I'm sure care's an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier nights. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exceptions to your ill hours.
Oh, I let her accept before accepted.
Aye, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these boots too. And be they not, let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight you brought one night here to be her wooer.
Who, Sir Andrew Aguacheek?
Aye, he.
He's as tall a man as any is in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but I'll have but a year at all these ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Fie that you'll say so. He plays all the viol de gamme boys, speaks 3 or 4 languages word for word without book, and has all the good gifts of nature.
Yeah.
4!
Almost natural. For besides that, he's a fool, he's a great quarreler, and but that, he hath the gift of a coward to allay the gust he hath in quarreling. To sought among the prudent, he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By this hand they are scoundrels and subtractors that say so of him. Who are they?
They that add, moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking healths to my niece. I'll drink to her as long as there is passage in my throat, and drink in Illyria. He is a coward and a coistren, who will not drink to my niece till his brain turns o'er his toe like a parish top. What wench? Castiliana vulgo, for here comes Sir Andrew Aguaface.
Sir Toby Belch. How now, Sir Toby Belch?
Sweet Sir Andrew.
Bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost.
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Ah, a good mistress accost. I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good mistress, Mary accost.
You mistake, knight. Accost is affront her, board her, woo her, assail her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Fare you well, gentlemen.
And thou let part so, Sir Andrew, that thou mightest never draw a sword again.
When you part so, I would I might never draw a sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
Sir, I have not you by the hand.
Marry, but you shall have, and here's my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you, bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
Wherefore, sweetheart? What's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Well, I should think so. I'm not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. But, what's your jest?
A dry jest, sir.
Are you full of them?
Aye, sir, I have them at my finger's end. Mary, now I let go your hand. I'm barren.
O knight, thou lackest a cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think, unless you see canary put me down. Methinks sometimes I have no more wits than an ordinary man or Christian has. But I am a great eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wit.
Oh, no question.
And I thought that I'd forswear it. I'll ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Oh, pourquoi, my dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Do or not do? I would I had bestowed the time in the tongues that I have in fencing, dancing, and bear baiting. Had I but followed the arts.
Then hadst thou had an excellent head of hair.
Why would that have mended my hair?
Past question, for you see, it will not curl by nature.
But it becomes me well enough, does it not?
Oh, excellent. It hangs like flax on a distaff. And I do hope to see a housewife take thee between her legs and spin it off.
Faith, I'll ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, or if she be, it's 4 to 1 she'll none of me. The Count himself here hard by woos her.
She'll none of the Count. She'll not match above her degree, neither in estate, years, nor wit. I've heard her swear to it. Tut, there's life in it, man.
I'll stay a month longer. I am a man of the strangest mind in the world. I sometimes delight in masks and revels altogether.
Art thou good at these kickshaws this night?
As any man in Illyria under the degree of my betters. And yet I will not compare with an old man.
What is thy excellence in a galleon, knight?
Faith, I can cut a caper.
And I can cut the mutton to it.
And I know the back trick simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
Oh, wherefore are these things hid? Wherefore have these gifts a curtain before them? Are they like to take dust like Mistress Mall's picture? Why dost thou not go to church in a coranto and come home in a galleon? My very walk should be a jig. I would not so much as make water, but in a sick face. What dost thou mean? Is it a world to hide virtues in? I did think by the excellent constitution of thy leg that it was formed under the star of a galleon.
Aye, 'tis, and it doesn't differ well in a flame-colored stock. Shall we set about some revels?
What shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus?
Taurus, that's sides and hearts.
No, sir, that is legs and thighs. Let me see thee caper. Ah, yes, higher. Excellent.
If the Duke continues these favors towards you, Cesario, you're likely to be much advanced. He hath known you but 1 day, and already you're no stranger.
You either fear his humor or my negligence, that you call in question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favors?
No, believe me.
Thank you. Here comes the Count.
Who saw Cesario, ho?
On your attendance, my lord. Here.
Send you all aloof, Cesario. Thou knowest no less but all. I have unclasped to thee the book, even in my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her. Be not denied access, stand at her doors, and tell them there thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord, if she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clamorous and leap all civil bounds, rather than make unprofited return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Oh, then unfold the passion of my love. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will tend it better in thy youth than in a nuncios of a more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it. For they shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth than Ruby's. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound and all assemblet of a woman's part. I know thy consolation is right apt for this. Some 4 or 5 attend him, all if you will, for I myself am best when least in company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. Yet a barful strife, whoe'er I woo, myself would be his wife.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter in way of thy excuse. My lady will hang me for thy absence.
Let her hang me. He that is well hanged in this world needs to fear no colors.
Make that good.
Ye shall see none to fear.
A good Lenten answer. I can tell you where that saying was born of. I fear no colors.
Where, good Mistress Mary?
In the wars. And that may you be so bold as to say in your foolery.
Will God give them wisdom that have it? And those that are fools, let them use their talents.
You are resolute.
Not so neither, but I am resolved on 2 points.
That if one break, the other will hold. Or if both break, your gaskins fall.
Apt. In good faith, very apt. We'll go thy way. If Sir Toby would leave drinking, thou wert as witty a piece of Eve flesh as any in Illyria.
Oh, peace, you rogue. No more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuse wisely. You were best.
Wit and be thy will. Put me into admirable fooling. These wits that think they have thee do very oft prove fools. And I, that am sure I lack thee, may pass for a wise man. For what says Quinopolis? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Do you not hear, fella? Take away the lady.
Go to your dry fool. I'll no more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
Two faults, Madonna, that drink and good counsel will amend. Forgive the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry? Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he mend, he is no longer dishonest. If he cannot, let the botcher mend him. Anything that's mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses is but patched with sin, and sin that amends is but patched with virtue. If that the simple syllogism will serve, and if it will not, what remedy? For there is no true cuckold but calamity, so beauty's a flower. The lady bade take away the fool. Therefore I say again, take her away.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Miss Prisian, in the highest degree. Lady, cuckoldess non facet monachum. That's as much as I can say, if I were not motley in my brain, good Madonna. Give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
I must catechize you for it, Madonna. Good my mouse of virtue, answer me.
Well, sir, for want of other idleness, I'll bide you your proof.
Good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul's in heaven, fool.
The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven? Take away the fool.
What think you of this fool, Malvolia? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do to the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity that decays the wise doth ever make a better fool.
God send you a speedy infirmity for the better increasing your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for tuppence that you are no fool.
How say you to that, Malvolia?
I marvel your ladyship take delight in such a barren rascal. I saw him put down the other day with an ordinary fool that hath no more brain than a stone. Look here now. He's out of his guard already. I protest. I take these wise men that crow so with the set kind of fool no better than the fool's zanies.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolia, and taste with a distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and free disposition is to take those things for bird bolts that you deem cannon bullets. There's no slander in a loud fool, though he do nothing but rail, nor no railing in a known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
Now Mercury endue thee with leasing, for thou speakest well of fools.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you. From the Count Orsino, is it? I know not, madam. 'Tis a fair young man, well attended. Who of my people hold him in delay? Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman. Oh, fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but madmen. Fie on him. Go you, Malvolia. If it be a suit from the Count, I am sick or not at home. What you will to dismiss it. By my honor, half drunk. What is he at the gate, cousin?
A gentleman.
A gentleman? What gentleman?
'Tis a gentleman here. It's a plague of these pickle hair. How now, son?
Good, Sir Toby.
Cousin, how have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lechery? I defy lechery. There's one at the gate.
I, Mary, what is he?
Let him be the devil, and he will. I care not. Give me faith, say I. Well, it's all one.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
Like a drowned man, a fool and a madman. One draught above heat makes him a fool. The second mads him, and the third drowns him.
Go thou and seek the crowner. Let him sit, oh my cause, for he's in third degree of drink. He's drowned. Go look after him.
He is but mad yet, Madonna. and the fool shall look to the madman.
Madam, yon young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on him to understand so much, and therefore comes to seek with you. I told him you were asleep. He takes on him to have a foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady? He's fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
He has been told such, and he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post and be the supporter of a bench. But he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Of mankind.
What manner of man?
A very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
Of what personage and years is he?
Not old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy. As a squash is before 'tis a peace cod, or a codling when 'tis almost an apple. It is in standing waters with him between man and boy. He's very well favored and speaks very shrewishly. One would scarce think his mother's milk were out of him.
Let him approach. Call in my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Give me my veil. Come, throw it over my face. We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honorable lady of the house. Which is she?
Speak to me, I shall answer for her. Your will?
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I have taken great pains to con it. Good beauties, let me sustain no scorn. I am very comfortable, even to the least sinister usage.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentleman, give me modest assurance if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart, yet, by the very fangs of malice, I swear, I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
So I do not usurp myself. I am.
Most certain, if you are she, you do usurp yourself. For what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is for my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it, I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
Oh, it is more like to be feigned. I pray you keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates and allowed your approach, rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you've no reason, be brief. 'Tis not that time of moon with me to make one in so skipping a dialogue. Will you hoist sail, sir? Here lies your way.
No good swabber. I'm to hull here a little longer. Some mollification of your giant, sweet lady. Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Sure you have some hideous matter to deliver, when the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold to the olive in my hand. My words are as full of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you, what would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To any others, profanation.
Give us the place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Dear lady.
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
I've read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You're now out of your text, but we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such I was this present. Is it not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis ingrained, sir. 'Twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive. If you will lead these graces to the grave, and leave the world no copy.
Oh, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried in every particle and utensil labeled to my will. As, item 2 lips indifferent red, item 2 gray eyes with lids on them, item 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see you what you are. You are too proud. But if you are the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompensed. Though you were crowned, the non-peril of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, and voices well divulged, free learned and valiant, and in the dimension and shape of nature a gracious person. But yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contemned love, and sing them loud even in the dead of night. Blow your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air. Cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might too much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes. Yet, my state is well. I'm a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more. Unless, perchance, you come to him again to tell me how he takes it. Fare thee well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am no feed post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love make his heart of flint, that you shall love, and let your fervor, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Love my fortunes, yet my state as well. I am a gentleman. Well be sworn thou art, thy tongue, thy limbs, actions, and spirit, to give thee fivefold blazon, not too fast. Soft, soft. Unless the master were the man, how now even so quickly may one catch the plague? He thinks I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth, creeping on mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolia!
Madam! Here, at your service.
Run after that same peevish messenger, the country's man. He left this ring behind him. Would I or not tell him on none of it? Desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold him up with hopes. I'm not for him. That the youth will come this way tomorrow, I'll give him reasons for it. Hide thee, Malvolia.
Madam, I will.
I do not know what in fear to find. Mine eye too great a flatter for my mind. Fate show thy force ourselves we do not owe. What is discreet must be, and be this so.
Will you stay no longer, nor will you not that I go with you?
By your patience, no. My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore, I shall crave of you your leave, that I may bear my evils alone. It would be a bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
Yet let me know of you whither you are bound.
No, sooth, sir. My determinate voyage is mere extravagancy. But I perceive in you such a touch of modesty that you will not extort what I am willing to keep in. Therefore, it charges me in manners the rather to express myself. You must know me then, Antonio. My name is Sebastian, which I called Rodrigo. My father was Sebastian of Messalin, whom I know you've heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. If the heavens had been pleased, would we have so ended. But you, sir, altered that. For some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea, was my sister drowned.
Alas, the day.
A lady, sir, that was said she much resembled me, was of many accounted beautiful. And though I could not with such estimable wonder overfar believe that, yet thus far I will boldly publish her. She bore in mind that envy could not but call fair. She's drowned already, sir, with salt water. But I seem to drown remembrance again with more.
Pardon me, sir, your bad entertainment.
Oh, good Antonio, forgive me your troubles.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him when you have recovered, desire it not. Fare you well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, and I am yet so near the manners of my mother that upon the least occasion mine eyes will tell tales of me. I'm bound to the Count Orsino's court.
The gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court, else I would very shortly see thee there. But, come what may, I do adore thee so, that danger shall seem sport. I will go.
We're not to you, even now with the Countess Olivia.
Even now, on a moderate pace, I've since arrived hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it to yourself. She adds, moreover, you are to put your lord into desperate assurance she is none of him. And one thing more, you never be so hardy as to come into his affairs again. Receive it so.
She took the ring of me. I'll none of it.
Oh, come, sir. You peevishly threw it at her, and her will is it be so returned. If it be worth stooping for, there it lie in your eye, be it his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much that sure me thought her eyes had lost her tongue. For she did speak and starts distractedly. She loves me sure, the cunning of her passion, invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring. Why, he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so as 'tis, poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise, I see thou art a wickedness, wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy it is for the proper false, and women's waxen hearts to set their forms. Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we. For such as we are made of, such we be. How will this fadge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, I am desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now, alas the day, what thriftless sigh shall poor Olivia breathe? O time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
Approach, Sir Andrew. Not to be up after midnight is to be abed betimes. And deliculus surgere, thou knowest.
Nay, my troth, I know not. But I do know, to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can. To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early, so that to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our life consist of the four elements?
Faith, so they say, but I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholar, therefore let us eat and drink. Maria, a stoop of wine.
Here comes the fool of fate.
How now, my hearts? Did you never see the picture of we three?
Welcome, ass. Now let's have a catch.
Excellent. Why, this is the best fooling when all is done. Now a song.
Would you have a love song, my song of good life?
A love song. A love song.
Aye, aye, I care not for good life. Excellent. Good, Ife.
Good, good.
A mellifluous voice, as I am true knight.
A contagious breath.
Very sweet and contagious.
To hear by the nose, it is dulcet and contagion. But shall we make the welkin dance indeed? Shall we rouse the night owl in a catch that will draw 3 souls from one weaver? Shall we do that?
And you love me, let's do it. Come, begin.
Baby, don't hurt me.
What caterwauling do you
Don't
keep here?
hurt me.
If my lady had got
No
called up
more.
for Steward Malvolio and bid her turn you out, never trust me.
My lady's a Cataean. We are politicians. Malvolio is a Pegaramsey, and 3 merry men be we. Am not I consanguineous? Am I not of her blood? Tilly Valley lady.
Beshrew me, the knight's an admirable fooling.
Aye, he does it well enough if he be disposed. He does it with a better grace, but I do it more natural.
My masters, are you mad? Or what are you? Have you no wit, manners, nor honesty, but to gather like tingers in this time of night? Do you make an alehouse of my lady's house that you squeak out your hosier's catches without any mitigation or remorse of voice? Is there no respect of persons, places, or time in you?
Oh, we did keep time in our catches. Snack up.
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that though she harbors you as her kinsman, she's nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself from your misdemeanors, you are welcome in the house. If not, and if please you take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear hearts, since I must needs be gone.
Very good, Sir Toby.
His eyes do show, his days are almost done.
Is it even so?
But I will never, never die.
Sir Toby, there you lie.
This is much credit to you.
Shall I bid her go?
What then if you do?
Shall I bid her go and spend my?
Oh, no, you dare not.
Out of tune ye life. Art any more than a steward? Dost thou think, because thou art virtuous, there shall be no more cakes and ale?
Yes, by St. Anne, and ginger shall be hot in the mouth too.
Thou art in the right. Go shake your chain with crumbs. Maria, a stoop of wine.
Mistress Mary, if you prize my lady's favor, anything more contempt, you would not give means for this uncivil rule. She shall know of it by this hand.
Go shake your ears.
'Twere be as good as to drink when a woman's a-hungry, to challenge her in the field, and then to make promise with her and make a fool of her.
Ah, do it, knight. I'll write thee a challenge, or I'll deliver thy indignation to her by word of mouth.
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of the council was today with thy lady, she is much out of quiet. For Malvolio, let me alone with her. If I do not gull her into a nayward and make her a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us, tell us something of her.
Marry, sir, sometimes she's kind of Puritan.
Oh, if I thought that, I'd beat her like a dog.
What, for being a Puritan? With thy exquisite reason, dear knight?
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I have reason good enough.
The devil a Puritan that she is, wore anything constantly but a time pleaser. An affectionate ass that cons state without book and utters it by great swarths. The best persuaded of herself, so crammed as she thinks with excellencies, that it is her grounds of faith that all that look on her love her. And on that vice in her will my revenge find no good cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in her way some obscure epistles of love, wherein, by the color of her hair, the shape of her leg, the manner of her gait, the expression of her eye, forehead, and complexion, she shall find herself most feelingly personated. I can write very like my lady your niece. On a forgotten matter, we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Excellent. I smell a device.
Have it in my nose, too.
She will think, by the letters that you will drop, that they come from my niece, and that she's in love with her.
My purpose is, indeed, a horse of that color.
And your horse now will make her an ass.
Ass, I doubt not.
Oh, 'twill be admirable.
Sport royal, I warrant you. I know my physic will work with her. I will plant you two, and let the fool make a third, where she shall find the letter. Observe her construction of it. For this night, to bed, and dream on the event. Farewell.
Good night, Penthesilea.
For me, she's a good wench.
Oh, she's a beagle. A true bred and one that adores me. What of that?
I was adored once, too.
Let's to bed, knight. Thou hast need send for more money.
If I cannot recover your niece, I am a foul way out.
Send for more money, knight. If thou hast her not in the end, call me cut.
And I do not, never trust me. Take it how you will.
Come, I'll go burn some sack. It's too late to go to bed now. Come, knight. Come, knight.
Give me some music. Now, good morrow, friends. Now, good Cesario, what that piece of song, that old and antique song we heard last night, methought it did relieve my passions much. More than light airs and recollected terms of these most brisk and giddy pastimes. Come, for one verse, and play the tune the while. Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt love, and the sweet pangs of it remember me. For such as I am, all true lovers are, unstayed and skittish, in all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
Gives a very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly. My life upon it, young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favor that it loves. Hath it not, boy?
A little by your favor.
What kind of woman is it?
About of your complexion.
She's not worth thee, then. What years in faith?
About your years, my lord.
Too old, by heaven. Let still the woman take an elder than herself. So were she to him, so sways she level in her husband's heart. For, boy, how we do praise ourselves, our affections are more giddy and unfirm, more longing wavering, sooner lost and worn than women's are.
I think it well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself. For thy affection cannot hold the bent, for women are as roses, whose fair flower, being once displayed, doth fall that very hour.
And so they are, the last that they are so, to die, even when they to perfection grow.
Once more, Cesario, get thee to unseen sovereign cruelty. Tell her, my love, more noble than the world, prizes not quantity of dirty lands. The parts fortune hath bestowed upon her, Tell her I hold as giddily as fortune, but 'tis that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks her and attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir,
Cannot be so answered.
sooth, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love a great pang of heart, as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her. You tell her so. Must she then not be answered?
There's no woman's sighs can bide the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No heart so big to hold so much, they lack retention. Alas, the love may be called appetite, no motion of the liver, but of the palate, to suffer strife, cloyment, and revolt. But mine is all as hungry as the sea, and can digest just as much. Make no compare between that love a woman can bear me and that I owe Olivia.
Aye, but I know.
What dost thou know?
Too well what love women to men may owe. In faith, they are as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter, loved a man. As it might be, perhaps, were I a woman, I would, your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like a worm eyed the bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy, sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was this not love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed, our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister of her love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too, and yet, I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's the theme. To her in haste. Give her this jewel. Say my love can give no place. Bide no denay.
Come thy ways, Signora Fabian.
Nay, I'll come. If I lose a scruple to this sport, let me be burned to death with melancholy.
Wouldst thou not be glad to have this niggardly, rascally sheep-biter come by some notable shame?
I would exult, man. You know, she brought me out of favor with my lady about our bear baiting here.
Well, to anger her, we'll have the bear again, and we shall fool her black and blue, shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not, 'tis pity of our lives.
Oh, here comes the little villain. How now, my medal of India?
Get ye all three into the box tree. Malvolia is coming down this walk. She's been yonder in the sun practicing her behavior to her own shadow this half hour. Observe her for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of her. Close in the name of jesting. Lie thou there, for here comes the trout that must be caught with tickling.
'Tis but fortune, all is fortune. Marie once told me she'd affect me, and I have heard herself come thus near, that should she fancy it would be one of my complexion. Besides, she treats me with more exalted respect than all else who follow her. What should I think on it?
Here's an overweening rogue.
Oh, peace, contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of her. How she juts under advanced plumes.
Slight I could so beat the rogue.
Peace, I say.
To be Countess Malvolia.
Ah, rogue!
Pistol her, pistol her.
Peace, peace.
Now there's an example on it. The lady of the staunchy married the Yale woman of the wardrobe.
Fie on her, Jezebel.
Oh, peace, now she's deeply in. Look how imagination blows her.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my estate.
Oh, for a stone bow to hit her in the eye.
Calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown, having come from a daybed, where I have left Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone!
Oh, peace, peace.
And then to have the humor of the state, and after a demure travel of regard, telling them I know my place as they should know theirs. As for my kinsman Toby...
Oh, bolts and shackles!
Peace, 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 now, now!
7 of my people make out for him with an obedient start. I frown the while and perchance wind up my watch, or play with my summer jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me.
Shall this rascal live?
Silence be drawn from us with cars, yet peace.
I extend extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control.
And does not Toby take thee a blow of the lips then?
Saying, cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me upon your knees, give me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Out, scab!
Nay, patience! Or we break the sinews of our plot.
Besides, waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I'll warrant you.
One Sir Andrew.
I knew 'twas I, for many do call me fool.
What employment have we here?
Now is the woodcock near the gin.
Oh, peace in the spirit of humor intimate, reading aloud to her.
Why, this be my lady's hand. These be her C's, her U's, her T's, and thus makes her very great P's. 'Tis, without contempt of question, her hand.
Her C's, her U's, and her T's? Why that?
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes, her very phrases, and by my leave, wax soft in the impression of her lucrece with which she uses to seal, 'tis my lady. To whom should this be?
This winter, liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move, no man must know, no man must know. No man must know what follows, numbers altered, no man must know. If this should be thee, Malvolia.
Oh, Mary hang thee, Brock.
I may command where I adore, but silence like a Lucrece knife with bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
A fustian riddle.
Excellent wench, say I.
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Let me see.
What dish of poison has she dressed her?
And with what wing the Staniel checks at it.
I may command where I adore. She may command me. She is my lady. This is evident to any formal capacity. There is no obstruction in this. In the end, what should this alphabetic precision portend? If I could make that resemble something in me, softly, M-O-A-I.
Oh, I make up that. She's now at a cold scent.
And South will cry upon it, though it be as rank as a fox.
There's no constancy in the sequel that suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does.
Not I say she would work it out. The cur is excellent at faults.
M-O-A-I. The simulation is not as the former, and yet, to crush it a little, 'twould bow to me, for every one of those letters is my name. Soft, here follows prose. If this fall into thy hand revolve, in my stars I'm above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. The fates open their hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace it, and to knure thyself what thou art like to be. Cast thy humble slough and appear fresh. Be opposite with kinsmen, surly with servants, let thy tongue tang arguments of the state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and wished to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say remember, go to, thou art made if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell. She that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight and champagne discovers no more. It is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will baffle Sir Toby. I wash off gross acquaintance. I will be pointed of eyes, the very woman. I do not now fool myself to let imagination jade me, for every reason excites to this. My lady does love me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late. She did praise my leg being cross-gartered. And in this she manifests herself to my love, and with a kind of injunction drives me to these strange habits of her liking. I think my stars I am happy. I will be strange, stout, in yellow stockings and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. Jove and my stars be praised. Here's but a postscript. Thou canst not choose but know who I am. If thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well. Therefore, in my presence still smile. Dear my sweet, I prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile! I will do everything thou wilt have me.
I would not give my part of this sport for a pension of thousands to be paid from the Sophies.
I could marry this wench for this device.
So could I too.
And ask with her no other dowry but such another jest.
Nor I neither.
Here comes my noble gull catcher.
Wilt thou set thy foot on my neck?
If they, or am I neither.
Shall I play my freedom a trade trip and become thy bondslave?
If they, or I either.
Thou hast put her into such a dream that when the image of it leaves her, she must run mad.
Nay, but say true. Does it work upon her?
Like aqua vi with a midwife.
If you will then see the fruit of the sport, mark her first approach before my lady. She will come to her in yellow stockings, and 'tis a color she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests, and she will smile upon her, which will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to a melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn her into a notable contempt.
Oh, God save you, gentlemen.
And you, sir?
Dieu le garde, monsieur.
Et vous aussi votre serviteur.
I hope, sir, you are, and I am yours.
Will you enter the house? My niece is desirous you should enter, if your trade be to her.
I am bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she's the list of my voyage.
Taste your legs, sir. Put them to motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than I understand what you mean by bidding me taste my legs.
Well, I mean to go, sir, to enter.
I will answer you with gate and entrance, but we are prevented. Most excellent, accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on you.
This youth's a rare quarter. Rain odors. Well.
My matter hath no voice to your own most pregnant and vouchsafed ear.
Odors pregnant and vouchsafed. I'll get all three already.
Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my hearing. Give me your hand, sir.
My duty, madam, and most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. 'Twas never merry world since lowly feigning was called compliment. Your servant to the Count Orsino youth.
And he is yours. And his must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
For him I think not on him. For his thoughts, why they were blanks rather than filled with me.
Madam, I come to whet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
Oh, by your leave, I pray you, I bade you never speak again of him. Would you undertake another suit? I'd rather to hear you solicit the music from the spheres.
Dear lady,
give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did here, a ring in chaste of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me you. Under your hard construction must I sit, to force that on you in a shameful cunning, which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honor at the state and baited it with all the unmuzzled thoughts thy tyrannous heart may think? To one of your receiving enough is shown, a cypress, not a bosom hitteth my heart. So let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
Well, that's a degree to love.
No, not a grise, for 'tis a vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Why then methinks 'tis time to smile again. O world, how apt the poor to be proud. One should be a prey. How much the better to fall before a lion than a wolf. Be not afraid, good youth. I'll not have you. And when youth and wit will come to harvest, Your wife is a light to reap a proper man. Your lives your way due west.
Then westward ho. Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. Yield nothing, madam, to my lord by me?
Nay, come, I prithee, tell me what thou thinkest of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
I think so. I think the same of you.
Then you are right. I am not what I am.
I would you were as I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I am your fool.
What a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip. A murderous guilt shows not itself more soon that love that may seem hid. Love's night is new. Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidenhood, honor, truth, and everything. I love thee so that marker all thy pride, nor which no reason can my passion hide. Do not extort thy reasons from this clause, for that I woo thou therefore has no cause, but rather reason thus with reason fetter. Love sought is good, but given unsought better.
By innocence I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never none, shall mistress be of it, save I alone. And so adieu, good madam. Never more will I my master's tears to you deplore.
Yet come again, for thou perhaps mayest move that heart which now pourest like his love.
No, Faith, I'll not stay here a jot longer.
Give thy reason, dear Venom, give thy reason.
You must need yield your reason, Sir Andrew.
Mary, I saw your niece do more favors to the Count's serving man than she ever bestowed upon me.
But did she see thee the while, old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
This is a great argument in her love in her toward you.
Slight, will you make an ass of me?
Will prove it legitimate, sir, among oaths of judgment and reason.
And they have been grand jurymen since before Noah was a sailor.
She did show favor in the youth in your sight, only to exasperate you, to awake your dormouse valor, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should have then accosted her. And, with some fire from the new jests and excellent new mint, you should have begged the youth into dumbness. This was looked upon your hand, and this was balked. The double gilt edge of this opportunity you let time wash off, as you sail into the north of my lady's opinion, where you hang like icicles on the Dutchman's beard, unless you do redeem it by some laudable act of valor or policy.
And be anyway, have to be with valor, for policy I hate. I'd as lief be a brownist as a politician.
Why then build me thy fortunes upon the basis of valor. Challenge the Count's youth to fight with him. Hurt him in 11 places, my niece shall take note of it. And assure thyself that there is no love broker in the world can more prevail with man's approbation than woman, than report of valor.
There's no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you bear me a challenge to it?
Go. Write it in a martial hand, be cursed and brief. It matters not how witty, so it be eloquent and fun of invention. Taunt him with the license of ink. If thou thou'st him some thrice, it shall not be amiss. And as many lies as will lie on thy sheet of paper, though it were big enough for the bed of ware in England, set him down. Go, about it. Let there be gall enough in thy ink, though thou write with the goose pen, no matter. About it, go.
This is a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
He has been dear to me, lass, some 2,000 strong or so.
We're gonna have a rare letter from him. Will you not deliver it?
Never trust me then. And by all means stir on the youth to an answer. I think oxen and wain ropes cannot hail the two together. For, Andrew, if he were opened, and you find so much blood in his liver as would clog the foot of a flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy.
The opposite, his youth bears in his visage no great presage of cruelty.
Oh, here the youngest wren of mine comes.
If you desire the spleen and will laugh yourself into stitches, follow me. Yond gull Malvolia's turned heath in a very renegado, for there is no Christian that means to be saved by believing rightly, can ever believe such impossible passages of grossness. She's in yellow stockings.
And cross-gartered.
Most villainously, like a pedant that keeps school at the church. I've dogged her like her murderer. She does obey every point of the letter that I dropped to betray her. She does smile her face into more lines than is in the new map with the augmentation of the Indies. You have never seen such a thing as 'tis. I can hardly forbear hurling things at her. I know my lady will strike her. If she do, she'll smile and take for great favor.
Come, bring us. Bring us where she is.
I would not by my will have troubled you, but since you make your pleasures of your pains, I will no further chide you. My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make but thanks and thanks and ever thanks. And oft good turns are shuffled off with such on current pay, but were my worth as my conscience firm, you should find better dealing. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Best first go see to your lodging.
I am not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and things of fame that do renown this city.
Would you pardon me? I do not without danger walk these streets. Once in a sea fight against the Count, his galleys, I did do service of such note indeed that if I were taken here, it would scarce be answered.
Do not then walk too open.
It doth not fit me. Hold, sir. Here's my purse. In the south suburbs, at the Elephant is best to lodge. I will go there and bespeak our diet, while you beguile the time and feed your knowledge with viewing of the town. There you shall have me.
Why your purse?
Haply your eye shall light upon some toy you have desired to purchase, and your store, I think, is not for idle market, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I do remember.
I've sent after him. He says he'll come. What shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth has bought more oft than begged and borrowed. I speak too loud. Where is Malvolia? She is sad and civil and suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Where is Malvolia?
She's coming, madam, but in very strange manner. She's sure possessed, madam.
Why? What's the matter? Does she rave?
No, she does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best to have some guard about you, for sure if she come, the woman is tainted in her wits.
Go call her hither. I'm as mad as she, if sad and merry madness equal be. How now, Malvolia?
Sweet lady, ho ho.
Smilest thou? I have sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad lady, I could be sad. This does make for an obstruction of the blood. This cross-gartering. But what if it please the eye of one, it is with me, the very true son it is. Please one, please all.
Why, how dost thou, woman? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in mind, though yellow in my legs. It did come to her hands, and such commands shall be executed. I think we do know the sweet Roman hand.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolia?
To bed, sweetheart, I shall go with thee.
God comfort thee. Why dost thou smile so and kiss my hand so oft?
How do you, Malvolia?
At your request, yes. Nightingale's answer does.
Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well writ.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolia?
Some are born great.
Ha!
Some achieve greatness.
What sayest thou?
Some have greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven restore thee!
Remember who commended thy yellow stockings.
Thy yellow stockings?
And wish to see thee ever cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered?
Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so.
Am I made?
If not, let me see thee a servant still.
Why, this is very midsummer madness.
Madam, the young gentleman of the Count Orsino's is returned. I could hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him. Good Maria, let this lady be looked to. Where is my cousin Toby? Let some of my people have a special care of her. I would not have her miscarry for half of my dowry.
Oh ho! Do you come near me now, no worse a man than Sir Toby to look to me? This concurs directly with the letter she sent him on purpose. so that I may appear stubborn before him, for she incites me to do so in the letter. Be opposite with kinsmen, says she, surly with servants, let thy tongue tang arguments of the state, and consequently sets down the manner as a sad-faced, reverend carriage, in the manner of some Sir Note, and so forth. I have limed her. But Jove is the doer of this, and Jove make me thankful. And when she went away just now, let this lady be looked to, not Malvolia, nor after my decree, but lady. Where everything adheres together, that no dram of a scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no obstacle, no unsavory incredulous circumstance, what can be said? Nothing that can stand between me and the full prospects of my hopes. But Jove is the doer of this, not I, and he is to be thanked.
Is it possible?
If this were played upon a stage right now, I could condemn it as improbable fiction.
Her very genius has taken the infection of the device. My niece is already in the belief that she's mad. We may carry it thus for our pleasure and her penance till our very pastime, tired out of breath, prompt us to have mercy on her. At which time we will bring the device to the bar and crown thee for a finder of madmen. But see.
More matter for a May morning.
Here's the challenge. Read it. Warrant there's vinegar and pepper in it.
Is it so saucy?
Aye, is't, but do read.
Give me. Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind why I do call thee so, for I will show thee no reason for it.
A good note, that keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly, but thou liest in thy throat. That is not the matter I challenge thee for.
A brief note and to exceedingly good sense. Less.
I will waylay thee going home, where if it be thy chance to kill me,
Good.
thou killest me like a rogue and a villain.
Still, you keep on the windy side of the law. Good.
Fare thee well, and God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better, and so look to thyself. Thy friend, as thou usest him, Sir Andrew Aguacheek. If this letter move him not, his legs cannot.
You may have very fit occasion for it. He is now in some commerce with my lady, and will by and by depart.
Go, Sir Andrew. Scout me for him at the corner orchard like a bum bailey. So soon as ever thou seest him draw, and as thou drawest, swear horrible! For it comes to pass oft that a terrible oath, with a swaggering accent sharply twanged off, gives manhood more approbation than proof itself ever would have earned him. Away.
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Now will not I deliver this letter, for the behavior of the young gentleman makes him out to be of good capacity and breeding. His employment between his lord and my niece confirms no less. Therefore this letter, being so excellently ignorant, will breed no terror in the youth. He will find it comes from a clodpole. But I will deliver his challenge by word of mouth, set upon Aguacheek some notable report of valor, and drive the gentleman, as I am sure his youth will aptly receive it, into a most hideous opinion of his rage, skill, fury, and impetuosity. Now this will so fright them both that they will kill each other by the looks like cockatrices.
Here he comes with your niece. Give them way till presently after them.
I will meditate the while on some horrid message for a challenge.
I have said too much unto a heart of stone, and laid mine honor to one chariot. There's something in me that reproves my fault, and such a headstrong pretend fault it is, that it mocks reproof.
With the same behavior that your passion bears, goes in my master's grief.
Here, wear this jewel for me, 'tis my picture. Refuse it not, it hath hath no tongue to vex you.
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How with mine honor may I give him that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
Well, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. A fiend like thee may bear my soul to hell.
God save you, gentlemen.
And you, sir?
That defense thou hast, betake thee to it. Of what wrongs the nature are thou hast done him, I know not. But thy interceptor, bloody is the hunter, full of despot, attends thee at the orchard end. Dismount thy tuck, be yare in thy preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake, sir. I am sure no man hath any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear of any image of offense done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake you to your guard. For your opposite hath in him what? Youth, strength, skill, and wrath can furnish man withal.
I will return again into the house and desire some conduct of lady. I am no fighter. I have heard of some kind of men that put quarrels purposely on others, to taste their valor. Belike, this is a man of that quarrel.
Sir, no. His indignation derives itself out of a very competent injury. Therefore, get you on and give him his desire. Back you shall not to the house, unless you undertake that with me, which with as much safety you might answer him. Therefore on, or strip your irons stark naked, for meddle you must, that's certain, or forswear to wear iron about you.
This is as uncivil as strange. I beseech you, do me this courteous office, as to know of the knight what my offense to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Mistress Fabian, stay you by this gentleman till my return.
I pray you do know of this matter.
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal arbitrament, but think of the circumstance more.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
Nothing of that wonderful promise, as you are like to find in the proof of his valor and form. He is indeed, sir, the most skillful, bloody, fatal officer you can find in any part of Illyria. Will you walk towards with him? I will make your peace with him if I can.
I shall be much bound to you for it. I am one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not who knows so much of my mettle.
Why, man, he's a very devil. I have not seen such a farrago.
Pox on it, I'll not meddle with him.
Aye, but he cannot now be pacified. Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Plague on it. I thought he had been valiant. I'd have seen him damned, or I have challenged him. Let him let the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse. Great capital.
I'll make the motion. Stand you here and make a good show on it. This shall end without the perdition of souls. Marry, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you. I have his horse to take up the challenge. I've persuaded him the youth's a devil.
He is as horribly conceited with him, and pants and pale as if a bear were at his heels.
Come, sir, there's no remedy. He will play with you for his oath's sake. He hath better bethought him of his quarrel, but now finds that scarce to be worth talking of. Therefore on, and draw for the supportance of his vow. He protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of a man.
Give ground if you see him furious.
Come, Sir Andrew, there's no remedy. He will, for his oath's sake, have one bout with you. But he has promised me, as he is a gentleman, that he will not hurt you. Pray God he keep his oath.
I do assure you, 'tis against my will.
Put up your iron. If this young gentleman have done offense to you, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
You, sir? Why, what are you?
One, sir, that has done more for love than you have heard him brag to you, he will.
Good Sir Toby, hold! Here come the marshals.
I'll be with you anon.
Pray, sir, put your iron up if you please.
Marry, sir, will I, and for that I promised you. He will bear you easily and reigns well.
This is the man. Do thy office.
Antonio, I arrest thee at the suit of Count Orsino.
You do mistake me, ma'am.
No, sir, no jot. I know your favor well, though now you have no sea cap on your head. Take him away. He knows I know him well.
I must obey. This comes with seeking you. If there's no remedy, I shall answer it. What will you do now my necessity makes me ask you for my purse? It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, sir, away!
I must entreat of you some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you've showed me here, in part being prompted by your present trouble, out of my lean and low ability, I'll lend you something. My having is not much. I'll make division of my present with you. Hold, here's half my coffer.
Will you deny me now? Is it possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion? Do not tempt my misery, lest you make me so sound a man as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I have done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature. I hate ingratitude more in a man than lying, vainness, babbling, drunkenness, or any taint of vice, whose strong corruption inhabits our frail blood.
Oh, heavens themselves.
Come, sir, I pray you. Go.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here before you, I snatched one half out of the jaws of death, and relieved him with such sanctity of love into his image, which methought did most venerable worth did I devotion.
What's that to us? The time goes by, away.
But oh, how foul and idle thou God hath, Sebastian, done good features shame. In nature there's no blemish but the mind, none can be called deformed but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, and beauty is evil, are empty trunks overflourished by the devil.
The man grows mad. Away with him. Come, come, sir.
Lead me on.
Methinks his words do from such passion fly, that he believes himself. So do not I. Prove true, imagination. Oh, prove true, that I, dear brother, be now ta'en for you.
Come hither, knight. Come hither, Fabian. Let us whisper o'er a couplet or two of most sage saws.
He names Sebastian. I, my brother, know, yet living in my glass, even such and so in favor was my brother. And he still went in this fashion, color, ornament, as him I imitate. Oh, if it prove, tempests are kind, and salt waves fresh in love.
A very dishonest poultry boy, and more a coward than a hare. Her dishonesty appears in leaving her friend here in necessity, and for her cowardship, ask Fabian.
A coward. A most devout coward. He's religious in it.
Slid, I'll after him again and beat him.
Do, cuff him soundly, but never draw thy ire.
And I do not.
Come, see the event.
I dare lay any money 'twill be nothing yet.
Will you make me believe that I am not sent for you?
Go to. Thou art a foolish fellow.
Well held out, ill faith. No, I do not know you, nor I am not sent to you by my lady to bid you come speak with her, nor your name is not Master Cesario, nor this is not my nose neither. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowest not me.
Vent my folly? He has heard the word of a great man, and now applies it to a fool. Vent my folly. I'm afraid this great lover of the world will prove a cockney. Now, uncurd thy strangeness, and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from me. There is money for thee. If you tarry longer, I shall give worse payment.
By my troth, thou hast an open hand. These wise men that give fools money do get themselves a good report, after 14 years' purchase.
Why, sir, have I met you again? Oh, there's for you.
Are all the people mad? Why, there's for thee.
Come, sir, hold or I'll throw your driver over the house.
This I will tell my lady straight. I would not be in some of your coats for tuppence.
Come, sir, hold!
Nay, let him alone. I'll have an action of battery against him if there be any law in Illyria. Though I struck first, though it's no matter for that.
Let go thy hand. Oh, come, soldier, let go thy iron. Thou art both flesh, come on.
I will be free from thee. What wouldst thou now? Thou darest tempt me further, draw thy iron.
What? Nay, then I must have an ounce or two of this malapert blood from you.
Hold, Toby! On thy life I charge thee, hold!
Madam!
Will it ever be thus, ungracious wretch? Fit thy mountains and thy barbarous caves where manners never were preached? Out of my sight! Be not offended, dear Cesario. Brutes, be gone! I prithee, gentle friend, let thy fair wisdom, not thy passion swaying his most uncivil and now unjust extent, against thy peace. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, and that thou thereby may smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go. Do not deny, beshrew his soul for me. He started one poor heart of mine in thee.
What relishes in this? How runs the stream? Or I am mad, or else this is a dream. Let fancy still my sense and lethe sleep, if it be thus to dream. Still let me sleep.
Nay, come, I prithee. Will thou be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
Oh, say so, and so be. How now, Malvolia?
Madam, you have done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolia? No.
Madam, you have. Pray you, peruse this letter. You must not now deny it is your hand. Write from it if you can in hand or in phrase, or say 'tis not your seal nor invention. You can say none of this. Tell me, why?
Alas, Malvolia, this is my writing. Though I confess much like the character of my lady, but out of question 'tis my hand. Most freely I confess, myself and Toby set this device against you here, upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we'd conceived against you. They rather pluck on laughter than revenge, if that the injuries be justly weighed that have on both sides passed. Also, poor fool, how have we baffled thee? Why? Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrown upon them.
I'll be revenged upon the whole pack of you.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do feel it and see it, and though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, that this may be some error, but no madness. It doth this accident of flood and fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to mistrust mine eyes and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust but that I am mad. Or else the lady's mad, yet if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs and their dispatch with such a smooth discreet and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceivable. But here the lady comes.
Blame not this haste of mine. If you mean well, now go with me and with this holy man into the chantry. Bide there before him, and under the consecrated roof. Hide me the full assurance of your faith that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. You shall conceal it. Whiles you are willing it shall come to note what time we will our celebration keep according to your birth. What do you say?
I'll follow this good man and go with you. And having sworn truth, ever will be true.
And lead the way in heaven so shine, that they may fairly note this act of mine.
Belong you to Lady Olivia, fiend?
Aye, sir. I am some of her trapping.
I know thee well. How dost thou, my good fellow?
Truly, sir, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Just the contrary. The better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can that be?
Marry, sir, they praise me and make an ass of me. Now my foes tell me plainly that I am an ass, therefore by my foes I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends I am abused. So that conclusions to be as kisses, if your 4 negatives make your 2 affirmatives, what then? The better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Why, this is excellent.
By my troth, sir, no. Though, it pleases you to be one of my friends.
Oh, thou shalt not be the worse for me. There's gold. If you'll tell your lady I'm here to speak with her and bring her along with you, may wake my bounty further.
Marry, sir, lullaby to your bounty till I come again. I go, sir, but I would not have you to think that my sin of having is the sin of covetousness. But as you say, sir, let your bounty take a nap. I will awake it anon.
Here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me.
Orsino, this is that Antonio that took the phoenix and her froth from Candy, and this is he that did the tiger board when your young nephew Titus lost his leg. Here in the streets, desperate of shame and state, in private brabble did we apprehend him.
He did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion, put strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas but distraction.
Notable pirate. Thou, saltwater thief! What foolish boldness hast brought thee to their mercies, whom thou in terms so bloody and so dear hast made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, be pleased I shake off these names you give me. His life I gave him, and thereto add, without retention or restraint, did I expose myself, pure for his love, into the danger of this adverse town, drew to defend him when he was beset, while one would wink, denied me mine own purse, which I had recommended to his use not a half an hour before.
How can this be?
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord, and for 3 months before. No interim, not a minute's delay, both day and night did we keep company.
Here comes the Countess. Now heaven walks on earth. As for thee, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months this youth hath tended upon me. But more of that anon. Take him aside.
What would my lord, by that he may not have, wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam?
Gracious Olivia.
What do you say, Cesario, good my lord?
My lord would speak. My duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old tune, my lord, it is as fat and fulsome to mine ear as howling after music.
Still so cruel.
Still so constant, lord.
What, perverseness? You uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul, the faithfulest offerings breathed out, that ere devotion tendered. What shall I do?
Even what is pleased, my lord, thou shalt become him.
Why should I not? Had I the heart to do it, like to the Egyptian thief at point of death, kill what I love. A savage jealousy that sometimes savors nobly. But hear me this, since you to non-regardance cast my faith, since I partly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favor, live you, the marble-breasted tyrant still. But this, your minion, whom I know you love, and who I swear I tender dearly, he, will I tear out of that cruel eye, where he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me, my thoughts are ripe in mischief. I'll sacrifice a lamb that I do love, despite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I, what wish to conduct act unwillingly. To do you rest, 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love, more than I love these eyes, more than my life, more by all mores than ere I shall love life. If I do feign you witnesses above, punish my life for tainting of my love.
I me detested how I am beguiled.
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Thou forgot thyself. Is it so long? Call forth the Holy Father.
Come away.
Whither my lord Cesario husband stay?
Husband?
Aye, husband. And he that deny?
Her husband, Sirrah?
No, my lord, not I.
Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that strangles thee in thy property. Fear not, Cesario. Hold thy fortunes up. Be that thou knowest thou art, and that thou art as great as thou fearest. Oh, welcome, Father, Father, I charge thee by thy reverence, here to unhold what thou lately we intended to keep in darkness, but occasion reveals before 'tis ripe. What dost thou know hath newly passed between this youth and me?
A contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by the mutual joinder of hands, attested by the holy close of lips, and strengthened by the interchangement of your rings. In all the ceremony of this compact, sealed by my function, in my testimony, since when my watch hath told me I have traveled towards my grave, but 2 hours.
Oh, thou dissembling cub! Well, won't that be when time hath sowed a grizzle on thy case? Or will not else thy craft so quickly grow that thine own trip shall be thy overthrow? Farewell, and take her, but direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest.
Oh, do not swear. Hold little faith, though thou hast too much fear.
For the love of God, an eagle! Send one presently to Sir Toby.
Why, what's the matter?
He has spun my head around and given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too. For the love of God, your help. I'd rather than 40 pound I were at home.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The Count's gentleman, one Cesario. We took him for a hackling, but he's the very devil incarnate.
My gentleman Cesario.
Odds lifelings, there he is. You beat me for nothing. And that I did, I was set upon to do it by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never played you. You drew your iron upon me without cause, but I bespoke you fair and beat you not.
If a bloody spirit be a beat, you have beat me. I swear you set upon nothing by a bloody coxcomb. Here comes Sir Toby halting. Shall hear more. But if he had not been in drink, he would have tickled you othergits than he did.
Oh, now, gentlemen.
That's the end. That's the end on it. Has beat me, and there's all one.
He's drunk, Sir Toby, and now we're gone. His eyes were set at 8 in the morning.
Oh, and he's a rogue, and a passy measures pennon. I hate a drunken rogue.
Away with him! Who hath made this havoc with him?
Come, Sir Toby, I'll help you, because we'll be dressed together.
Will you help me? An ass head and a coxcomb and a knave, a thin-faced knave, a gull.
Get him to the clubhouse.
I'm sorry, madam. I've beaten your kinsman, but had he been the brother of my blood, I should have done so no less, with wit and safety. You throw a strange regard upon me. By that I do perceive it hath offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows you made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and 2 persons. A natural perspective that is and is not.
Antonio, oh my kind Antonio, how the hours have racked and tortured me since I have lost thee.
Sebastian, are you?
Fearest thou that, Antonio?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple cleft in 2 is not more twin than these 2 creatures. Which is Sebastian?
Most wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor is there that deity in my nature of here and everywhere. I had a sister, whom the blind waves and surges have devoured, of charity. What kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage?
Of Messalin, Sebastian was my father. Such a Sebastian was my brother too. So went he suited to his watery tomb. If spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fright us.
Spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad, from which the womb I did participate. If you're a woman, as the rest goes even, I should my tears let fall upon your cheek and say, thrice welcome, drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow.
And so had mine.
And died that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
That record is lively in my soul. He performed indeed his mortal act that day that made my sister 13 years.
If nothing lets to make us happy both, but this my masculine usurped attire, do not embrace me till each circumstance of time, place, fortune, to cohere and jump, that I am Viola. I serve this noble count, all the occurrence of my fortune since hath been between this lady and this lord.
So comes it, madam, you've been mistook. But nature in her bias drew to that. You would have been contracted to a maid, nor are you therein by my life deceived. You are betrothed to both man and woman.
Be not amazed, right noble is his blood. If this be so, as yet the glass seems true, I shall have share in this most happy wreck. Boy, thou hast told me 1,000 times thou never shouldst love a woman as to me.
And all those sayings will I overswear, and those swearings keep as true in soul as doth that orbed continent, the fire that severs day from night.
My lord, so please you. These things, further thought on, to think me, as well as a sister as a wife, shall crown the alliance on it. So please you here at my house and at my proper cost.
Madam, I'm most apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done him, so far beneath the metal of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding. And since he called me master for so long, here's my hand. Thou shalt from this time be your master's mistress.
A sister, you are she.